How are you guys doing? I did just record what I was going to put up on YouTube, but it ended up being way too long. So instead of trying to say my pre-message and then actually go to the scripture, I'm just going to say what I have to say on the subject of people that don't believe in any type of God. See, at least between us who do believe in some type of God, we have an understanding that we do believe in God. Whereas those that are atheist and agnostic, those that choose not to believe in God, a lot of those people feel like it's their personal journey in life to debunk God and to make every person that does believe in God's life a living hell, and posting all the vile, vulgar comments that they do on all the religious videos. And it's like the people on Xbox Live who have all these vulgar gamer tags, and they just, that's the world. That's what the world does. There's a lot of evil in the world, and a lot of people who don't even think about it. They don't even think that they're being evil. They just think they're just messing around. And they just don't realize what they're actually doing, and what it's not doing to us, what it's doing to their souls, what it's doing to them. And I'm not condemning anybody to hell. I'm not saying anything about that. I'm not one of those people. I'm just saying it's a shame. It's a shame when people feel that they have to attack us because they just don't believe the same thing that we believe. See, I'm big enough to admit that I could be wrong. This all could be wrong, but I believe it, and I choose to believe it, and I choose to follow it. So out of the respect that I give them, and for them to follow what they believe, I believe they should just leave us alone. But life isn't that great. It's not going to happen. We're not going to get left alone. So the point of this video, the point of this message, is I want to say that if you are a believer, if you follow faith, then just understand that when these other people, when they're on you, when they're writing us and they're insulting us and posting whatever comments I'm sure they will post on this video, just like any of these videos, we just have to ignore them. Yes, it's going to make us angry. It's going to upset us to some degree. It doesn't upset me. I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me. I understand how this all works. But it's going to happen, and it's going to aggravate a lot of people. But you have to realize we can't let it get to us. Because the whole point of this is that we understand that we're living for something greater. We understand we have a greater purpose to our life. We understand there's a lot more out there than just what we see every day around us. These things that we live with are irrelevant. We should understand that. And out of that understanding, we should also understand that we have to turn the other cheek. And we just have to let things be. Getting in a big huffing puffing argument with somebody who said, oh, God is gay, God doesn't real, he doesn't exist, blah blah blah, all this crap. You know, we could argue all day with that person, but the person who posts that comment, how are you going to rationalize with them? How can you talk to that person logically? You can't. So there's no point. Just say, hey, God bless you, and I hope that someday your eyes are opened. Because that's the best thing that we can do. And that's really our job. Because there are so many people that are going to condemn us for what we believe. So many of these people, like Penn and Teller, you know, all these people that choose, Bill Maher, you know, they choose to go and not just not believe in what we believe, but they choose to attack it. They feel like they have to just get on this offensive and attack us. And I don't know why they feel like they have to do that, but they do. So we have to be strong and think of a logical, rational, intelligent rebuttal. Because if we are going to combat the people that oppress us, if we are ever going to do that, then we have to do it intelligently so that they can understand. Because the goal is not to get them back. The goal isn't to, oh man, they pissed me off and now I'm going to choke them. That's not the goal. The goal is to hopefully open someone's eyes. Okay, that's why on the YouTube comments and things like that, we need to just turn the other cheek. But if it's something where we can make a difference, then by all means, stand your ground. But always remember, you can't just go back at people in the terms that we understand. I see it all the time. People posting bad things, negative things, and they're being filthy, and then some overly Christian person gets on there and says, oh, this sermon, or this scripture says this, and this scripture says this, and you're going to go to hell, and you need to do this and that, and, God says this. We can't talk to these people that way. Obviously, if you're telling someone, hey, you're going to go to hell for doing what you do, who's going to want to be a Christian? Who is going to want to follow any belief if that belief is condemning them? Who? The Bible even tells us that it's impossible to rationalize with a brother once you scorn him, because people don't want to listen. In order to get people to listen and to just be open to our side of the story, we have to at least be appeasing to them, at least make ourselves approachable. We have to word things so that everyone can understand them. We can't just say, hey, this is what I believe, and you don't believe that? You're an idiot. You're going to go to hell. That is the most ignorant thing I have ever heard. Yet so many Christians do it. See, we can defend ourselves, but be intelligent about it. Don't act like the person that you're rebuttaling against, don't act like they're on the same level as you. They're not. They are against you. So if you're using Scripture to back yourself, what good is that going to do against someone who doesn't believe in Scripture? That's the point I'm trying to make. If we want to get our message across, which our message should be that of just helping people and loving people, if we want to get that message across, we have to do it in an intelligent way. We can't just say, oh, I hope you go to heaven and you should read the Bible, you should read the Bible. We need to explain to them why we believe in God, why we believe in salvation. See, I don't just believe in God because my parents told me to. I preach against that. I preach against trying to raise your children to be exactly how you want them to be, because that does nothing but turn them away. See, I approach things from an intelligent point of view, because that's what the world needs. The world does not need any more blind Christian warriors, okay? The world needs intelligent Christian followers. People who know what they're talking about, who stand by what they talk about. People who can actually put logic to their ideas. That's what I fight for. Because our God is not ignorant. He doesn't want us to be blind. He wants us to believe in Him and follow Him. And believe in Him for a reason. Not because we're told to do that. That's ridiculous. What kind of God would want people just to believe in Him just because, oh, do it. Just do it. That wouldn't make any sense. And that's not how He is. But, the whole point of this video is that I want to get across that if you are a Christian, don't be so angered by people's negative comments. And if you are going to rebuttal, be intelligent about it. Be thoughtful about it. Because if your rebuttal is something that the person's not going to listen to, then there's no point in you giving it. Because they're not going to listen to it. So you have to be intelligent. We have to be intelligent. There's no other way around it. We have to be a new generation of believers, or else the world is just going to blow up. So God bless you guys, and I hope everybody has a great new year, and I hope you enjoy these videos, and just keep watching. And the next one I'm going to be preaching about Jeremiah. So if you care, then I guess be ready.